for a new and different perspective every week on LEGO sets, news, media, and more. You're listening to the BCC Podcast. It is Tuesday, October 23rd, and you are listening to episode 124 of the BCC Podcast. And I realized I forgot to say it's 2017. I thought that sounded short. But anyway, today is a very special bonus episode of the BCC Podcast. Have you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish the BCC would release 2 podcasts in 1 week? No? Well, too bad, because we want to talk about LEGO Universe.
Do.
That's awful. No.
Yeah,
Why would anyone ever do that on a podcast?
Well,
because I felt inspired to
for the audience. Isn't that what they like?
Well, if you were the audience, would you like that?
No,
leave a comment
but
below.
Isn't statistically speaking, the audience generally isn't as intelligent as the people creating the content?
Oh my god! No, don't say that.
So it's like they like that stuff, right? Right?
I feel like you're naming everything that people can do wrong on this podcast.
Yeah, for some reason there are podcasts out there that get like way more views than ours. We need a new battle plan. Mal needs to make more jingles like that, He needs to lip sync to more of these.
Well, do other podcasts have more jingles than this podcast?
Well, I mean, like, people just singing songs random. Yeah, kind of, I guess. It's not like
they do
It's
that.
not like I'm the type of person who goes around listening to podcasts, though. Podcasts are boring.
Wow.
Well, most of them.
I actually spend several hours a day listening to podcasts while doing other stuff.
But see, it's like something you listen to, like in the background, almost, But I can't. I am horrible. I can't listen to stuff while I work. It's too distracting.
I can't not listen to stuff while I work. It's too boring.
But you know what is distracting? LEGO Universe, everyone.
Wow, Orion, you did your first bad segue.
I was just taking a page from Ford's book.
We actually never did introductions.
Yeah,
so
that's
joining me on this podcast are Malaris.
Yo.
And Orion.
No, that's John Cena.
Another
There.
failed joke.
He just wanted more music from me, it's
I
all.
want more views.
When
That's
you make
what
a joke,
want.
think, would I find this joke funny? If the answer is no, then it's probably not funny.
But you know what is funny?
Bad segues.
Yes.
So yeah, we are going to be talking about LEGO Universe Day. Not a totally traditional podcast layout for us. There will be no breaks. We are doing a marathon of discussion and talking about our LEGO Universe experiences and the game in general. And you may be wondering, why choose now of all time to talk about LEGO Universe? Well, for one, the Dark Flame interview universe... Dark Flame interview universe? The Dark Flame universe interview that I did got a lot of views, and I think a lot of people subscribed to us because of that. And I figure, well, let's try to get them introduced to the podcast too. In that case,
it's all about the views. I told you guys.
Okay, yeah, it is all about the views. Of course, it's all about the views.
No more passion in our projects anymore. It's just strategic planning. Although, I kind of wish LEGO had done some more strategic planning with LEGO Universe. I mean, that would have paid off a bit.
Wow, that was actually a good segue, and I just ruined it.
The one good segue on our entire podcast.
Yeah. I wish LEGO Universe was still around. I don't know, even if it, it probably would have been closed by now, even if it didn't go badly.
But you still would have had, like, 5 more years of it?
It closed 2012. Yep. So yeah, 5 more years. I would, MMOs traditionally don't last more than 5 years. in my experience at least. So it wouldn't have been around now, but it would have been nice to have a few more years. But okay, here's the thing. There wouldn't be a BCC if LEGO Universe hadn't closed, because I would have never joined the message boards.
I think I was on the message boards before then. I was just in I was in the LEGO Universe message boards, and that was about it.
I got on the message boards purely for the reason to yell at them for closing LEGO Universe.
Really?
Yes.
I joined the message
I got over it
boards
pretty quickly, but
quite a bit after LU closed, and I'm like, oh, look, an LU thread. Back when they actually kept threads that weren't relevant.
I wrote the worst LEGO Universe, not fan fiction, not like that, but I wrote the worst stories.
no.
Oh,
Ryan,
yeah,
that's
that
fan
was
fiction.
a Stromling.
When I think of fan fiction, I think of like Stromlings and Duke Exeter fan fiction. I'm thinking like, like trying to legitimize,
Are you a fan of LEGO Universe?
No, not really. I don't know why I'm on this podcast, honestly. They just said, it was open. I just kind of wandered in. I'm actually not sure if I'm awake right now. Am I blacked out? I don't know. I have these ribbons tied around my fingers and this message that says "Help me," and it's carved onto my arm. I don't understand where it came from. What time is it?
Where did this just go? You're a fan of LEGO Universe, and did you write fiction?
Yes, I did.
Fan fiction.
Okay, I know it's fan fiction. I'm just saying, like, in the general sense, the bad stigma people associate with fan fiction, I'm saying it's not like that.
Does all fan fiction really have a bad stigma?
Yeah, well, most of it, yeah. I don't know. If you Google fan fiction and then you just pull up the most popular results, you're going to get, like, shipping. That's basically it. Legitimately good.
Did you have shipping in your stories?
Yes,
Well,
he had plenty of
They
shipping.
put someone in a box and shipped them. I don't...
Then yes.
But they shipped them with a box. It was a tragic love story. It was a cardboard box. Eventually it rained and the box was just ruined. So, the end.
Just like LEGO Universe.
No, I had this really bad habit of starting all these stories, and I wouldn't do the middle. I'd just do the beginning and the end because I was too lazy to do the middle.
The middle's the hardest part of a story, but
I hear people
we
say the
digress. We
opposite.
should really actually talk about what we planned on talking about.
LEGO Universe. Right.
So, let's talk about how the game from the beginning. I was a beta tester.
Whoa.
Huh.
I did not know this, actually.
You didn't know this?
You never said this. Like,
I've said this several times.
I don't think
then
that-
you've never
No,
said
you
it
never-
around
Wait,
me
did you not
because
listen?
No.
you exclude me from your LEGO Universe talks. That's all I'm gonna
He's
say.
never said he's been a beta tester before.
I said it in my interview too.
Wait.
Well, I wasn't paying attention, okay?
I listened to honestly, I listened to half the interview or something.
I listened to the whole thing, except the
Wow.
part where LU said he was a beta tester,
I liked
apparently,
it, though.
because...
I gave it a. I think I did. I may have given it a thumbs down on accident. I'll have to go check. Isn't there one dislike on it? Whoever
Is there? A
gave
dislike
us
on
that
it?
dislike, listen.
No, there's no dislikes on it.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Whoever's thinking about giving us that dislike,
You're
better
about
be
to-
warned.
Just throw out empty threats.
So you were a beta tester then. What? How was that? I think Chris was also a beta tester as well.
Were you? You weren't. No, you weren't a beta tester. No way you could have been a beta tester
Why are you saying it like that?
because you were in Canada.
So they don't allow Canadians to beta test?
No.
You had so infrequent internet access. You've mentioned this on the podcast before. You hardly could have been following it enough to sign up for beta testing.
Fine, yeah.
Isn't that the truth, though?
Well, no, I had internet at the time. I just wasn't allowed to use it.
See, you couldn't have signed up for beta testing. See, I didn't know I was the only beta tester, though. I had thought one of you was
No.
also a beta tester.
Nope.
I think I was in the second or third wave of people allowed in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I remember. First off, it was great. I would have never played if I didn't get to play it for free first.
All those
It was great having it
guys
for
though
free.
who just would do free to play though. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, guys.
Wasn't Malaris one of those guys?
It's like you don't.
Heck to
I'd
the
sacrifice
no.
Netflix.
Oh, you weren't? Oh, I didn't know you actually paid for it.
What?
You'll have to wait for my story then, because, gee,
Well, you're
the
usually too
assumptions
stingy
here.
to pay for other things.
Yeah, but this was different, okay? Just saying.
All right, so yeah, I was in a lot of different things were in beta tests. Like, you know, the thinking cap, which was that metallic cap with the light bulb on top of it.
Yeah.
Well, originally it was just a top hat. I remember that.
Huh.
Interesting.
Also, there are all sorts of other things I remember for beta testing. Like, remember, what was his name? Milo Snack Pudding or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, originally, there's a glitch where when he came out, he was dancing around and he was still completely naked. Hello?
Yeah, you cut out there. That's...
Yeah, you...
Okay, that was weird. Technical difficulties. Anyways, I was talking about the naked minifigure.
Yeah, there was no build-up to that.
Rated teen for plastic.
No, so I was talking... You guys were talking about Milo Snack Pudding, right?
No, now he's cut out again.
Yeah, but,
What?
like, whenever you say
Whenever you say
Milo
Milo.
Snack
It's cursed.
Pudding's name, like,
Then
you
you
cut
just-
out.
It's like
Let's try to get...
here, do
So you guys remember Milo Snack Pudding?
yes,
Yeah.
And you had to have the quest where you brought him the party pants.
yes.
Uh-huh, yeah, I remember that.
So originally, there's a glitch in the game where you gave him the pants, but he didn't put them on. He just went out there and he was dancing naked afterwards.
I remember, being able to, like...
Oh, also, his name wasn't Milo Snack Pudding back then. It was Embarrassed Minifigure.
Well, they certainly came.
I
a long
remember
way.
being, like, able to look down and see his naked lower half, and that was cool back then if you were able to do that. If you were able to, like, glitch it.
That was cool!
Yeah,
that
if you were
was
like
cool.
12. Oh wait.
We were.
Yeah.
But,
we were...
yeah, that was...
Oh, have you guys ever seen the picture of beta test Johnny Thunder?
Yeah,
I think I
that
did a
was
while ago, but I
pretty
don't remember
wrong.
too much about it.
That...
Here, let me post a picture in the channel.
Yeah, that... Again, I have to reiterate.
He looked nothing like
he's
Johnny
so
Thunder.
wrong. I'm so glad they...
On his own, the
looks like they
minifigure
used
actually looks
the,
pretty cool.
Dang it! Who led the explore the what was it? The
Venture League?
yeah,
not-
Adventure League. Who led them?
Venture...
Yeah, he looks kind of like
Oh.
him, the leader of Venture League almost. Looks like
Yeah, what, Duke something?
no,
no,
Duke was for the
Duke
Sentinels.
Exeter is Sentinels.
Scrub.
Wait, no, it's Hailstorm. That's it.
Hailstorm, okay.
Hailstorm. All right. Yeah, no, he looks kind of just like Hailstorm, except for like the awful. What are those? Like, are those bangs or something on his head? What are those?
I think those are
Sideburns?
sideburns.
Yeah.
You know, I'd feel awful if I had sideburns that went all the way up my forehead, like Johnny Thunder here. Look at that. Look at that. His chin
Yeah,
goes
I
all
don't
the way
know
up.
what the heck they were thinking.
It looks
Because,
bad.
Like,
okay, honestly, on his own, he actually looks kind of cool.
No.
he looks...
In this render, the hat is higher than
He
it
looks
should be.
lame.
But
Look at that.
I like the minifigure on its own, actually.
I mean, I like the tattered clothes, but the face, it's just so wrong, okay?
the
Like, I'm a
clothes-
big Johnny Thunder fan, and I'm so glad they revised that, because...
Yeah, I'm glad that I did
so
it too. I
much
thought it was
better.
weird, like, wow, what's happened to you lately, Johnny?
Looks like he has. Look like.
What have you gotten into?
Looks like his feet have mouths.
Did he go through a midlife crisis or something?
He's got like a Ferrari or a It's like a cherry red Mustang. Yeah.
He went
I
through
thought
a
you were gonna say
crisis
cherry
after
red
his
mustache
character
at
was
first.
killed off by Lego. That he's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm hip and cool for these
He-
new
Looks
executives.
more like the villain of Johnny Thunder, honestly.
Wait a minute. Johnny Thunder's hat was brown, right?
Yes, it was in the
Well, in everything,
Originals.
basically, yeah.
he had
Yeah, and I just realized in the game though, his hat was still black.
Are you sure?
in the game it was black.
Yeah, there's a
What?
picture of it.
No, it's like it's brown.
It's like
No, it's black.
No, it is brown. See, it's not black. It's just because of the reflections and the lighting. It's brown.
Nope, it's black.
it looks black to me. Like
Okay,
Look, you
see,
see, look in this
in that
picture,
picture
that-
it looks black. In this one, it looks brown though to me.
That was the wrong hat.
I actually don't mind the hat though,
Yeah, like
because it
I
matches.
just
It
noticed
matches
these
the
are also
pants.
exclusive leg prints because Johnny Thunder never had. Obviously, toe printing didn't exist back then.
yeah. Neither did the Venture League patch on his shoulder, or
Man, Lego Universe minifigures would have been great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So much variety too, especially just like Doctor Overbuild. That would have made an awesome minifigure.
I think that could have actually saved Lego Universe if they had
Well,
sets.
actually,
I
it
think
could have
would
just
been
kept it
really
running.
amazing
It still
sets.
would have been running. I think if they did sets for it, that would have given them motivation to
It
expand the
would still
world
went off.
and keep selling.
I think it still would have ended by now.
But
I
don't.
think it definitely would have given them a better
I really
chance.
don't think so. I think because of the Lego movies that have come out.
Here's the issue: the engine with Lego Universe was already really old when the game came out.
But it still looked
Yeah.
and played amazingly well, at least in my opinion, besides some glitches.
It didn't look well. Even if you look at this graphic, the graphics were pretty low res.
Well, no,
Mhm.
I still
And-
think
I
it
mean,
looked pretty good compared to some
People
stuff.
were complaining about the graphics at its release.
the graphics were kind of off, but it
I-
really attributed to a artistic style that I think really just went with the game.
Well, it's
Look,
all
I
that
still
really
love the game.
nostalgic Lego.
I just don't
vibe.
think it would. Yeah, it's. I just don't think, realistically speaking, nostalgia aside, it would have lasted that long. It would have had to have a total overhaul in like looks and mechanics to
I-
continue going on.
Well, I don't know. It just I think overall, it probably may have not have needed a giant overhaul because I don't think so.
I think it would have. It wouldn't have because MMOs can barely survive today as is. MMOs are a thing of
Yeah,
the
but
past.
see, I think about it. To compare some average MMO to the Lego Universe, I think not only is the gameplay and the colors and the creativity a lot better in Lego Universe, playability as well, and the socialization is much better. I think, or it was.
Yeah, Lego Universe had a really great community, actually.
Yeah, I'm selling.
Honestly, I
This,
think it's
I'm
because
selling this hat for $3,000
Tree.
Yeah.
here.
4.
Hive.
Why could you not say certain number? I still don't understand.
You couldn't say numbers because they didn't want you giving out personal information.
But you could still give out personal information by. It seems, yeah.
All online games have done that.
Wait, even
They all have chat filters like that
really like you?
for kids. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And stuff for kids.
For
Fair enough.
kids.
But yeah, honestly, I wonder if the reason the community was so great is because everyone was behind that pay gate. The really, really expensive pay gate.
Yeah.
What were the prices again for Lego Universe? It was
Oh, good grief. I think a year was
$15 a month.
a year was 120, I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah, something. It was
Yeah.
pretty darn expensive for.
Okay, a year was 90.
Well, yeah, that.
Yeah.
$10 for a month.
I
So
remember.
I was thinking by the
I used to
monthly.
make
being
like
kid.
$500 a summer, so it wasn't really a big deal to me.
Most kids didn't, though.
I remember everyone back in the day when we were kids. It's like, oh, the reason it failed because it was so expensive, and I'm like, no, that's not it. It's really not that expensive overall. It's just like as a forward.
It is because I played a lot of MMOs as a kid. Most of them were $5 a month.
Yeah, but were they as fun?
Oh snap!
Some of them, yes. I'm serious. I played a ton of MMOs as a kid. That was like my main thing before I got into message boards. And then I left message boards for the world of YouTube and college. So.
Both of which.
Yeah,
suck.
it was expensive. It was really, really expensive. As a kid, you barely have $90 of spending money a year. I could only afford to play every 3 months. I'd be able to save up enough money to pay for a month. It was expensive. I think it should have been cheaper.
You think they could have afforded it if it would have been cheaper?
No, they couldn't afford the prices they had now, even if they got more players.
No, I mean, do you think
There's
that they
this-
could have had it so that way it would have been cheaper at the time and it would have lasted as long?
There's no way they could have saved it.
No,
No matter
not
what
if
they
they
did.
could have saved it. I'm saying, do you think it would have lasted as long if the prices were cheaper?
Yes,
All right.
but only because it would have lasted as long as it did. As long as it did was just it running, and that was how long Lego was getting let it run no matter what, unless by some miracle. Neither of you guys have read Brick by Brick, have you?
No.
Well, there's a whole chapter on why LEGO Universe closed and stuff, and basically, it was a long process where they built the game up from the ground over and over again, and by the time the game actually came out, it had been such an expensive process that there's basically no way, unless by some miracle, LEGO could make its money back.
Yeah.
And sets could have been that.
No, sets could have helped, because then...
That's what I
you
just
have
said.
a
They could
whole
have
nother-
helped.
Oh, I thought you were saying it sarcastically.
No.
Yes,
Yeah, the
sets
guy who
legitimately
just-
could have helped. So if you think about it, LEGO Universe in a lot of ways has the same like style of sets and stuff as the LEGO movie did.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does. I
Except
mean,
I think
the
they're actually
mixture and-
better than the Lego movie. Like, the sets from Lego Universe could have been better than the Lego movie stuff, just because of the variety in the worlds and everything.
Possibly. I mean, the LEGO movie sets had a lot of variety.
Mhm.
You had the castle ones and what else?
Old
There's
West,
the garbage truck.
there's-
Yeah, Old
yeah.
West. There's a lot of stuff in the LEGO movie sets. Honestly, probably had a little bit more variety than LEGO Universe in the end. But yeah, sets really would have helped it there. Especially like the Maelstrom would have made such cool minifigures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Had those special arms before, secret
No,
agents
that piece
and
exists.
yeah, I know.
Didn't that agents theme come before LEGO Universe?
I think it came after. I'm not positive.
LEGO Agents was like 2008, 2009.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because yeah, Ultra Agents came like 2008, 2009.
Oh,
Exactly.
remember the Guess the Year game we had last time? Agents was the one.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Right? Oh yeah, he wasn't there.
Just saying. But yeah, like I thought, those arm pieces would be perfect for Maelstrom. That's essentially what they had. Just those.
Yeah,
Blade
I think that's
arms
exactly
or-
what they
Yeah,
had.
I remember going through Lego catalogs and finding stuff that was like, okay, you could make this out of that. You could put this together and make a custom model of that.
Because you
Honestly,
didn't have internet.
the basic Maelstrom actually almost looks just like a reskin Dr. Inferno from Agents.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
does.
It has the same hair piece and the same arm piece and everything.
Well, just
Yeah.
the colors as well. It would have been unlike I don't know. It's like someone chewed up a ton of selective rock candy and then spit it out. That's Nexonites. This would have actually been kind of interesting to look at, because it wasn't just multiple colors. It was solid colors and variations of the same color. Like you had the Mithrans, which were the transparent blue pieces. Imagine a transparent blue minifigure like that. And then
Technically still not possible, but
wait, you can't have a transparent blue minifigure?
you see, the issue with the transparent plastic is it is more fragile
Yeah.
than the solid plastic. So that's why they can't make torsos, I believe, out. They can't make the hands out of it or the minifigure waist out of it because of the thinner parts in those.
Well, yeah. Well, you still with the waist. You mean the piece that sticks into the torso but isn't the legs? I mean, that wouldn't
Yeah.
have to be transparent.
I mean, yeah, they could. You mean like sort of like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro minifigure?
I actually don't know what that looks like. I didn't like the Amazing
let me
Spider-Man
check.
2, so I didn't look at any sets for it.
Is that how you judge your sets? If
No,
you like the movie
I just don't
or
look
not?
at a ton of sets, but I'm definitely not looking at something from a movie I don't like.
But
Let me see. If I
Well,
can find
were
a
any of
picture.
those sets any good though?
There was like one, and it was a poly bag.
Uh,
I'm trying to find it. It wasn't the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro, actually, because that guy had a black suit.
yeah.
Here's what that Electro looked like. Actually, here's a picture of both of them.
all right.
But see here, he does basically all the transparent stuff. Lego is actually done in transparent, and the rest was solid.
Yeah, I can.
Well, couldn't you're saying the torso can't be transparent?
Yeah, no, torsos actually crack really easily as it is.
Really? Okay. I've actually never had a
Yeah.
torso crack on me before.
Oh, I've had tons of them. That like under the arm of the minifigure will crack,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you take the arms in and out, and it.
Wait, why would you
It can
take the
happen really
arms
easily.
out?
for mocking.
Well, don't do that. If you got a Mithrin
I don't do that.
minifigure,
It
why
still
would
cracks.
why would you take the arms off of Mithrin?
If they still crack even without that, I've had to order replacement torsos for some of my minifigures because they cracked.
Well, they could just sell them as like special edition or something, because it's not like
That doesn't.
Mithrins were
Orion-
this common thing in Lego Universe.
But Orion, you still have to actually have then equipped an entire machine in the molding process for a different type of plastic that doesn't hold up to Lego's quality standards.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that.
I'm saying theoretically it would be nice.
Theoretically, it's also impossible.
LQ crushes the hopes and dreams of anyone who has an interesting idea, theoretically.
Well, if you have an interesting idea and the idea doesn't line up with reality, it deserves to be
I
crushed.
will never make
Just
a
like Lego
lightsaber
Universe.
What?
Oh, that was too good to resist. Sorry.
ever. Wait, what was?
So,
Orion missed it.
I didn't even catch it either.
Okay.
Honestly, that was basically my experience getting into it. We went off on a lot of tangents through that. That's what we were going to do. Which one of you wants to go next? Because I actually guess I don't know anything about how you got into the games.
Mal can go next if he wants to. This is actually a pretty cool minifigure, though, the Electro one, I think. I don't really like the white hands, but everything else looks good.
Yeah, why didn't they use the blue hands like they did on the one on the left? That would have looked cooler.
I don't know. Maybe this... I don't remember much in the movie, but did he have white gloves?
Well,
No.
the one on the right is actually technically from the Marvel Ultimate Universe Electro. The one on the left is from the movie.
But see, Wait. But the one in the movie had a black suit.
Yeah, the one on the left. That's what I said. The one on the left, he has blue hands.
What?
The one on the left has the black suit.
And that's the one from the movie, right?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Okay. Now I
Orion's
understand.
getting his directions mixed up.
I told you I don't know where I am right now.
No. Okay, that happened to me on my driver's test several times. I forgot which was left and right.
Several times?
Okay, at least
How many
twice.
times did you take the driver's test?
Once.
Oh. Very forgiving instructor. What was she, Electro?
Okay, well, no. Yeah, no.
Did you crash into an electric pole and fix the gap
And
in her teeth?
To be fair, I got parallel parking
Ooh.
perfect the first time,
The
so
driver's
that's all that
the
counts.
driver's test I took in Mississippi, I literally just went around the block. Well, you passed. There you go. Go kill someone.
I've heard it's easy in North Carolina too,
Probably is.
and that's why everyone from North Carolina is a bad driver.
No,
Everyone
everyone
down
from
south is a bad
Florida
driver.
is like a bad driver.
But you know who is a bad driver?
All right,
Adam.
you need to stop taking pointers from Ford on
No,
transitions.
I can't help it. Wait, does Mal, do you have your you can drive, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. All right.
I think Mace is the only one without his license.
Probably for the best, you
Did
know.
he say he wants to pay someone to teach him how to drive?
He has to because no one else will teach him.
You think Mace won't have to pay anyone? He could just threaten someone with bodily harm. He's so intimidating. He could just. Why can't Mace just make the car drive itself?
So hilarious. Your story.
So for my story on Lego Universe, I forget if it was it was for my birthday. I had my eye on Lego Universe ever since it was kind of developing. I wondered why it took so long.
Wait,
I wondered
how-
if that would help in.
Do you remember the stuff on My Lego Network?
Oh, my
Yeah,
Lego Network.
like-
Ugh.
I
Oh.
liked My Lego Network.
You what?
I liked My Lego
See,
Network.
but I
was a
had
beta
like
tester on
two
that
friends
too.
at the time, and they would always lord over me how high their rank was on Lego Network, and I couldn't get the
Was
thing
one of your
to
friends
work.
Chris?
Yeah. Chris, if you're listening to
I hope
this,
Chris. He's probably is listening to this episode, so
you
shout out to
bully.
him.
oh, I have rank 6 on my. It's like I didn't know how it all worked. It's like, what are these clicks? Get the clicks.
We'll have to have a different
click the
episode on
apple
My
like
Lego
15
Network.
million times. I don't
gone
understand how
now.
this works.
Let's start a project to recreate My Lego Network.
Let's start a poll along with Bring Back Bionicle. Bring back Lego Network. No, wait. Okay, so wait.
All
Sorry,
right.
Mal. How old were you at
We
the
need to
time?
get this back on track.
Alright, so for my birthday, Lego Universe had finally came out, I guess that December, so I didn't get it Christmas. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put Lego Universe on my wish list and try and convince my parents how to pay for it. You know, because when you're a kid, $90, whew, for a year.
The starter kit was $20, wasn't it? It was like $20 to get the disc.
Yeah, it started
And
kit.
it came with a month.
Yeah.
Which, come to think of it, was kind of a rip-off. It's only $10 for a month normally.
Yeah,
Was
well...
it 3 months it came with, actually?
I think it was.
It might have been 3.
Yeah, it was 3 months. Wait, yeah, it was 3 months. I'm pretty sure.
I wish I would have gotten the money to pre-order it, so I could have gotten the one Lego Universe minifigure there actually was.
So, I had asked for a few games, a few
I
Lego
just remembered
sets.
something I gotta interrupt Malurius for. I forgot. So originally I didn't get my beta tester shirts, and I didn't join until I earned the money a few months after release of the game. And so I just messaged them and said, hey, I never got my beta tester shirt. So within an hour, I got a letter in my Lego Universe mail with a beta tester shirt.
Yeah, that's nice.
I thought you meant like a real beta tester shirt, like
Yeah.
somewhere
I
stored
wish,
in
but
your
no.
drawer.
It wouldn't fit me now anyway. Well, let's see. How old would I have been? 5 years ago. I haven't went up
5
a
years
shirt size
younger.
since I was 14, so...
Hey, I have a shirt from when I was 12 that still fits. But that's off topic.
Wow.
I burned all my clothes from that time frame.
To keep warm.
All right.
in
Go
Canada.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so to my utter amazement, they actually got me the whole year subscription with the disc.
Wait, okay, why did they do this, but you had such a hard time getting them to let you buy Minecraft?
I have no idea.
Minecraft is like Pokemon. It's satanic. Everyone knows this.
Yeah, there's
You remember that, though, right, Orion? That he was always complaining about his parents not letting him get Minecraft?
yes,
oh,
I
yeah.
remember this.
Yeah. And then I finally got Minecraft. I'm like, I don't understand what the big deal is here. What's the hype?
But then you played with us, so you're like,
And then I
yeah.
realized, man, this really is awful. It's amazing, guys. Go buy Minecraft. This podcast is sponsored by Minecraft. By Machinima, also. We're
BCC does not endorse whatever Orion said. But
we do not endorse Minecraft.
so I got the game, and I was like on there for solid hours, just creating my minifigure, figuring out how the game worked, and I think I stopped when I claimed my own property. I'm like, okay, I'll go play another game that I also received for my birthday. Well, when I was done with that, I came back up to play some more LU because I was hooked at that point. Guess who was on my computer playing Lego Universe? Not
Brother?
myself,
Your mom?
my brother. And that was the first
your account?
mistake.
Oh, no.
This was a long, hard process by which my brother manipulated my account and made his own minifigures, his own saves, and eventually robbed me of the final hours of LU, along with many other hours in between.
Wait, but wasn't it your game?
Yes, it was, and I'm still mad about, like, that whole ordeal. My brother's going to be listening to this podcast, so just gonna say, what the heck, man? Like, seriously. I have asked, when I was a bit younger, I had, like, asked, okay, you're going to pay me back for this with cold, hard cash. And I tried to get my mom on board, and she got on board eventually, but it never happened. Like,
Oh, I know how he can pay us back. He can donate to our Patreon that's coming out in November 1st.
But like,
oh,
we're still
unceremonious announcement right there. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going.
We'll talk about it more on the actual podcast next week, but that's a thing. Check out our Discord server for more details.
Yeah.
we're
But-
eager for this.
It was like it's my account anyways, so why should I be sharing? Like, I'm a good-natured person. I like to share. He took up, like, 2 of my minifigure slots at all times.
I only ever used one of mine.
I tried to use more, like,
Because
I
you
even...
were basically under a new identity every time, and none of your friends knew who you were, and I had a lot of friends. I was very popular with the misfits.
You know, friendship was one of those things. You know, those parents that are, like, so overbearing they won't let you do things online? Well, I couldn't
Like
make
have friends
online
in real life.
friends. I couldn't make online friends in LU. I had...
Statistically
Could you-
speaking, 90% of all kids who make friends online are kidnapped and never found.
yeah, that was true statistics right there. I guess they were afraid somehow they could hack you through the friend system. But I don't know. It was just one of those things. I made friends with one of my IRL... Why did I say IRL? My, real life friends who
Arl.
is, like, literally my best friend still to this day.
I should explain my heavy breathing real quick. As many of you will know, I'm a cyber defense major, so when people talk about being hacked in stupid ways, it gets on my nerves.
I thought you were just.
Which is like everyone except for cyber defense majors.
I thought you were just having like an attack or something.
I thought you were going to say, as everyone knows, I'm
anyone in the field of cyber defense.
And everyone knows the asthmatic dies first in the apocalypse. So, just say.
Yeah.
I actually didn't really have asthma issues around the time of LU.
See, it all happened after LU quit. LQ developed horrible asthma.
After the
asthma.
war
Kind of
with
true.
the maelstrom, it left him with crippling asthma.
Do you know
So
that
if there were
90%
another
of all,
maelstrom
90%
attack,
of all kids who make friends online get asthma. This is why you don't make friends online, people, or you just end up with people like us, which is probably worse than asthma if you think about it.
So I think I was just so enamored with Lego Universe, and there was a lot of issues with this because I'd have to either play on the old computer that ironically is still
Same
right
one
in
that you
front
watch
of me.
Clone Wars on late at night when no one else was around.
Yeah, that one. And that was a pain because that computer, that was horrible. The lag was just unbearable. So I'd have to go onto my dad's laptop, re-download it. By the way, the download time was ridiculous. Like, with Lego Universe, took so long to download that thing. And so we had to download it twice. And then I'd have to wait for, like, my dad to be home. So this would be, like, weekdays when I'd play the heck out of some LU. Then my brother would use my LU account to get into some sort of trouble. So I wasn't allowed on the laptop.
Wait, trouble?
Yep, trouble.
What kind of trouble?
He got hacked through the friend system.
Wait, what? No, what happened?
Just,
What happened? Spill it.
I can't divulge
No,
on this
spill it.
PG podcast.
Spill it. What? What did you do on Lego Universe? He's listening out there, and I want to know the details.
You could DM him later.
That's horrible. No, that's wonderful.
Wow.
Actually,
So then you were kicked off because he was kicked off?
Pretty much, and...
No, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I think
gullible.
you're getting onto it. Oh,
No, I'm just remembering stuff from the past that now it's starting, like, stuff from your patterns of being online, and it's making sense now.
yeah, you're finally piecing together that friend system hack.
Anyway. Is he gonna be, like, really mad when he listens to this? It's out there now, man.
Yeah, I mean, I could edit this whole thing out. I'm just saying. I have the creative freedom to
No,
produce
it's
that.
hilarious. I want information wants to be free, man. It wants to be free. Welcome to the BCC, where all information is free.
Donate to our Patreon. So we can continue to make free information.
Yep.
So we can make better free information.
Yep. And more of
So
it.
that it's free information, but it feels like it was made, for money.
Free information. It's so great you might as well pay for it.
That
I like that slogan. Can that be like our new
for
slogan?
the Patreon.
No, for just our channel. Free information that's so great you might as well pay for it. At least the podcast.
Yeah. I want to hear Ford say that at the beginning of each podcast. Well, hello, everyone. And then
Welcome to the BCC podcast, where the free information is so great you may as well pay for
you
it.
know what also is free? We these news articles. LQ, what do
I
you
thought you were
think
going to do a legitimate bad segue there.
Well,
But it's even worse, the fact it's a parody. Millers, do you have anything else with your story, or would you like Orion to go?
I mean, I think Orion can go. After that, we can all fight over the best factions and all that.
Oh, yeah. I actually don't know what faction you were, but I think I have a guess. Orion.
oh boy. Well, I first got into Lego Universe. I'm not sure what the time is, but I think it was about maybe 6 months after it started. Mainly, I didn't get to do beta or anything, but how it was.
He's just talking about his childhood in general there.
Yeah. Well, how to go about this?
How do you go about this? Is this the friend system hack? Is that kind of
No.
level?
No. Well, where I was, there wasn't a lot to do on the marina I was at. There were no other people to talk to. It was just basically just with nature and my stupid one-eyed dog. So I don't know. I could literally have the option to just stay in my room and play Lego Universe all day for the next 2 years, literally.
I still can't believe you even had internet.
Well, no. After about let's see, came out in 2010, moved up in 2007. So yeah, we had been up there for about almost 4 years at that point, and then we finally were.
Yeah, but people down the street from me can't even get internet.
Well, we had to pay a lot to get it.
Orion, I can't believe you got internet in Canada with all those snow. Fun fact, Hafu Goes to Canada is based off of Orion's life.
It is? I didn't know this.
Well, actually, yeah, it is at least partially.
Oh.
When you're telling stories out in Canada, that's when I had the idea.
But I didn't really have much else to do, so I just kind of played Lego Universe until it closed. I think it was actually one of the most prolific players on there. The only reason I wasn't popular is because I didn't do property. But I think I had.
Let's face it, the property guys were the real MVPs.
Yeah. I visited a few.
Like, oh, do you know Hollis is still around? If you listen to my interview. I don't know if he was in the interview or if I talked to him after, but Hollis is around for Dark Flame Universe.
No, I didn't know that.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You guys remember Hollis, right?
Yeah. He created some pretty sweet properties.
Wasn't he also just like a legitimately nice guy and he gave out stuff, if I remember?
I don't think I ever actually met him in the game. I just spent hours and hours on his properties.
I do remember meeting him a couple times or something.
But you know what a lot of people probably don't know, and even we didn't know for a long time, is we actually first met on Lego Universe.
Yeah.
Come think of it, Millers, what was your Lego Universe name?
Don't give it out. You'll get
one-
hacked through the
Oh my
podcast
gosh, you're
system.
right. Woo! Dodged a bullet. It was like, my main was Django Vet with a V and an H instead of an
Wow.
F. Yeah.
Original.
Very.
That rings a bell.
What?
Nah.
Did I ever scam you in a dice playing game?
Did you scam me? Like, I remember Dice Players, like, that was pretty, big around Nimbus.
Yeah,
So,
I did. I was one of those guys. It was gambling with children.
yeah, that was... I don't think I ever really got into the gambling myself, though. I was more respectable.
All right. If you didn't get into that and you didn't have any friends, then I guess I didn't know you at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like,
The name does ring a bell.
I
Though.
never.
Do you ever use chat at all?
yes, I use chat prolific. I use chat, like, very much because I was very much into the market aspect of LU. Like,
Okay.
I really loved
Then
the...
I might have met you through the market because I was very involved in the market.
Yeah, like...
I never bought anything through anybody. I actually just bought everything independently, or whenever I wanted a specific item, I would just go to one specific person and get it from them. I never.
Wait, you had a guy?
Yeah, a guy. Yeah. I mean, he was kind of expensive, but I just got it. But no, I never really had anything less than, like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 in my.
That's another thing people may not know. My brother still owns you Lego Universe money.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
sorry.
ripped off.
And we didn't know that until this year. I think we found that out, didn't
Yeah.
we? Just before the game closed, you loaned him enough to buy his Valiant cape.
Yeah. I don't think though that I expected to get it back. It was more like a goodwill thing. But I kind of deserved it if he did rip me off, because I ripped off so many people in that game.
He was going to pay you back. He just didn't, because he takes a long time to do that kind of stuff.
Well, it was close anyway, and I made the money back really easy. I was just grinding on Crux Prime, but I think I had like hours and hours and hours. I think I don't know, but it was like a month or two of hours put into it. And I'd also completed every achievement in the game
Well, I didn't know that
as well.
Yeah. Did you complete the box thing? The donate a brick thing?
Yeah.
Like, I
I
got
was
one
monitoring
achievement
for
short
donating
of
bricks.
it.
I was the I think it was for Nimbus, not Nimbus. It was for Nexus Tower, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was the person who had donated the third biggest amount of bricks.
Wait,
Whoa.
is this like on the wiki then?
What do you mean? Like,
What?
Like, does it have the winners of the contest? Like, who donated the most bricks?
it should be on there. It had the
Look, I want to
third
see if you're on the
highest
wiki page.
place.
Okay, now we gotta
it
look
was like
at
third
this.
or fourth highest place, I think. Unless I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Exaggerating your legend.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like third or fourth.
I'm trying to find where that would be. Brick donation. Nexus Tower Builder. Here we
Yeah,
are.
let me know. Is it on there? It should be on there, on the top,
Nexus.
right there.
I can't find information. Did anyone ever log the blog posts?
No one. I don't know if anyone really. I don't know if any of this.
These are the achievements.
I don't know if anything was ever logged properly for this stuff.
Well, they did log enough again. If you listen to the interview all the way through, some guy captured packets from the game, and that's how they're able to rebuild it for Dark Flame.
Did they capture like stats? Public stats or whatever?
No, I don't think so. That wouldn't have been it. No, I can't find anything. It might be out there somewhere though.
Too bad.
You know what? It might be on the Wayback Machine.
Oh yeah, might be.
I'm not sure how much of that is logged, but a lot of Lego.com is logged on the Wayback Machine.
But I got so good at this that during times when my internet did get laggy, it wasn't so laggy where I couldn't play, but it was laggy to the point where everything had delayed reaction. What I would do is I would time every attack and counter attack, so I would actually be able to fight things like the gorilla in what was it? It was in
There's several gorillas.
What was it?
There's one in Gnarled Forest.
It was the one in Gnarled Forest where you have to smash it and then build it
with the anchor,
and then you can build off of right where it's smashed, and then you can create the thing that jumps up there. I could fight that with lag. And it's like,
what I love doing was the battle for Nimbus Station.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was.
It was difficult too at first.
It was. It was so much fun because he had to do so many boss fights, and it was really a challenge.
Yeah, and the
Mhm.
sound design was really great too. I loved listening to everything in it.
And being able to finish, like, it is so satisfying. It's like, I just fought off this whole battle. Especially when you're just, like, constantly fighting in LEGO
Sometimes
Universe.
it would glitch.
There was this one spot that you could actually stand on. I think it was a hill, and you could basically just wait out the entire thing and just shoot from there. And then when the
I think it was a hedge on a
I
hill.
didn't have
You
Yeah.
go
that
behind
many
it.
long-range
and-
weapons.
So I could just sit up there and then just summon like a bulper or something, and then it would just you just wait, and then
You're one of the few people who actually like religiously played the summoner kit.
it was the best one. I thought I after you got good at it, it's like I was really hard to beat when it came to this stuff.
I rarely saw summoners. When I did, I rarely saw them actually use their summoner abilities.
No, I used them all the time. I had this system.
I feel like I saw tons of Space Ranger, and to be fair, Space Ranger is a pretty cool kit.
No, summoners, man.
No, I wasn't a Space Ranger either, but Space Ranger
Well,
was a cool
What
kit.
Wasn't
I
Space
kind of
Ranger,
agree. What I had
like,
done actually
later?
was ow.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not thinking
Space
Space
Marauder?
Ranger. The Paradox.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
the
Space
Space
Marauder.
Ranger was kind of nice though. I liked the Space Ranger.
It was cool. I just forget those. The third later kits. There's the Inventor,
Well, yeah.
the guy with the hooks, the guy with the hat.
I kind of wish they had more minifigure slots for characters though, because what I did is after I maxed out everything on my character, I would go and I would create another character and max out everything on a different faction and then repeat. So I maxed out every single faction and deleted some minifigures to do that, and then I found which ones I liked the most and had different characters. How I would do that was I would go to the Pirate Cove shooting gallery. That's how I did
Man,
it.
I love how these minifigures level
I
up.
would just grind on that for hours. And then it's like, hey, look at that. I got all this advanced gear. It only took me like a couple.
I never even got my Valiant cape.
No, why would you not get your Valiant cape?
I
I
didn't
got
get
the
enough
Valiant
faction
cape.
coins.
How could you not get enough action coins?
Well, first off, I didn't play for as much time as you did every day.
Fine.
Second, when I did play, I actually spent like the majority of my time at properties.
Well, after you like leveled up as far as you could and you got everything that you could and you completed all the achievements and everything, what I actually liked to do was actually just hang out in some areas. My favorite spot to hang out was actually just the Ninjago world inside the the temple or whatever.
The monastery.
Yeah. It was just so serene in there. The music, the sound design for everything, the slight echoes for things.
Oh, I love the recolored faction kits, except for my recolored faction.
It was just
Sorry.
It was just so relaxing to just wander around in there, and just look at stuff. It was beautiful. And then there was also this really cool, quote unquote, glitch world underneath the entrance to the monastery. I think it was.
I went there once.
You could go down like 3 or 4 different levels, I think, by going into the right patches. And at the utmost level, you would get these 2. They look like tracks, just leading off into the distance. You couldn't follow them all the way, but everyone joked, "Oh, these are the Mithrin tracks for their vehicles." But no, that was good times. I invested a lot into it, and I was there in Nimbus Station when it closed down, and it was crazy. It was a lot of fun.
I wasn't there. I was so depressed when the closure was announced
Well,
that after my subscription expired, I didn't get another to be able to be there for the last days.
you should have been. It was amazing.
I should have been.
I should have been.
Here's what. Again, I was invested in building stuff. I was thinking, if everything I build is going to be totally gone within a couple of months, what's the point?
No, it's just the experience, and I actually had a lot of friends inside the game. It's not like we did anything outside.
So
the
did
game,
I.
But
And then I said goodbye to them all.
they're so mean. But no, I really enjoyed it a lot. It was a big part of my life at that point, and a lot of fun. Well, towards the end though, the only way I was able to play it, I was down in Mississippi actually, going to this crummy Mennonite school, and the only times I could play it was when I got off, and I would have to spend at least 4 hours at someone else's house, and they would just like work all the time. You got to do chores because idle time is of the devil. But I would kind of ditch out on that, and I had my own laptop. And what I would do is I would go sneak into the business section.
You're really lucky you had a laptop that could play Lego Universe back
Well,
then.
it took like everything I had to buy it. I had to sell myself for that laptop. But I'd have to sneak into the Mennonite guy's business office because he was hardly in there. But you'd have to be careful when he came in because he couldn't catch you playing a game because games are evil. And that's where I would play. And at when Lego Universe ended, that's where I was. I had asked my dad to ask him if I could spend some of the night in his office. And he said, yeah, sure, if it's important. And I said, yeah, it's important. So it was like I can't remember what time it was, but it was like 12, I think, in the afternoon.
You're so lucky you're just an unsupervised kid.
No, very unlucky in some regards. But
yeah. In this case.
No, but in this case, I was thankful for that. So yeah, and then the next day I just faked being sick, and I could stay home and just be depressed that like universe had ended. No, I didn't fake it. What I did was I ate some moldy fruit, I think, on purpose, and made myself sick so that way I could stay home. Because I felt guilty whenever I lied about being sick, so I just make myself sick on purpose.
Well, I guess that's better than just lying on its own.
But yeah, I had invested a lot into it. I wasn't like bitter when it ended or whatever. It's just really bittersweet, I guess. I don't know. I was sad.
I was I was honestly kind of bitter about it until I started getting more into the Bionicle forums on the message board.
Well, yeah,
I was bitter about it.
Well, yeah, no, after that, the message boards kind of took up the void there where I'd write all my really bad fan fictions. And not the bad type of fan fictions, but all just my horribly written fan fictions. What's funny is everyone said, like, man, these are really good, but the writing sucks. Like, it's awful. The grammar's terrible. The spelling's terrible.
The concepts were
I said it sucked when I read it. Like,
wait, which one?
Did you?
Because
the Maelstrom, Stalling.
Okay,
back
I
and
only
forth.
read his Bionicle fan fictions.
What was it? What?
I actually never visited Lego Universe forum.
It was a good
after it
forum. There were like some amazing stories on those things. There was this one written by this guy, Major something, really great guy.
I recognize
really great story too. It's like really long, but it was extremely
probably
well
all
written.
those stories are gone now forever with the message boards.
That's too bad. I wish people would have archived it because they were like really well written stuff. There was great character arcs. I was really engaged. Like even at that age, I could tell what was good writing and what was bad writing. I like to believe mine was good writing, but when I saw this stuff, I was like, what's the point? Why even write this stuff? But and then, oh man. Now this is gonna just turn into a Lego message boards nostalgia thing.
Yeah, actually, we're getting towards an hour already, but if we've just scratched the surface, I wanted to talk about our factions a little bit before
we could
end.
have like another bonus podcast or whatever.
We'll see what the reaction is to this one. If enough people are engaged, we could do these every so often.
Yeah, we could go over we could have like shorter podcasts and each of them cover individual stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's enough. We had a podcast for Bionicle after, and we honestly could probably hold a podcast on Lego Universe for just as long as we did Bionicle.
Yeah, at least the three of us.
There's so many experiences and stuff, like especially with Dark Flame coming out. I'm so hyped.
Yes.
To
everyone at Dark Flame, if you're listening to this, thank you very much for reviving, or at least attempting to revive something that was very dear to my heart when I was younger and still is.
He's just not thankful enough to listen to all the interviews.
No.
Yeah, but
Lurs, what faction were you? We haven't actually gotten that information yet.
you said you
Wait, no, can we guess?
You had to
Let's
guess,
though.
like,
Guess.
yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
I think it was Venture
Paradox.
Okay, Orion was right. My main was Paradox.
I should have known your dark and edgy side would overrule.
I knew he was that edgy.
But the Venture League, because he has the hats you like, so.
Yeah, but Venture League was kind of my secondary, more or less.
Venture League had the best combos.
Venture League had really long, good combos, yeah. My brother was an adventure Daredevil.
Summoner, though, man.
At least we're the same faction, Ryan. I was also Assembly.
Yeah, but you were like everyone was like, oh, Assembly engineer. Chris was an engineer too, and then he was always like, man, I wish I had as much imagination as you, Orion. Like, yeah, this is
No,
for
I was very happy with my amount of
this is
imagination.
for all that Lego Network stuff you pulled back then. See, I could build one of these shield generators all by myself without any assistance.
Yeah.
I never needed shield generators because, oh darn, what were the Valiant weapons I had? But they are so awesome, those ripsaw blades.
Yeah.
I loved those things. And then I loved the massive turrets you could build as an engineer.
No, I don't know. I liked my other stuff much better because I maxed out the engineer class, so I got to play both of them, and I still liked assembly better just because I don't know. I just like the look of it better. I like the grinding aspect of it more. I guess it was just so much more elegant looking too.
I loved the engineer, though. I also, everyone knows, like, orange is one of my favorite colors ever. So I loved the engineer because of that.
Many people don't know this, but LQ is colorblind. He thinks purple is orange as well. Originally, the BCC logo was going to be orange, but no one stopped him in time.
See, the summoners, they were too white.
You take that back, racist. No, see, they were white.
Guys.
I picked it anyway. I love the color white. White is one of my favorite colors. And then everyone's in the comments like, "Oh, Ryan, white isn't a color. You know that, right?"
I mean, like the alternate skin, you had a better alternate skin than the engineer did. I did not like the engineer's alternate skin with all the dark blue mixed in. But this guy, he pulls it off.
Yeah, no.
Because he has orange.
I like to think that I have the best fashion sense.
Which one did you use? Did you use the...
I got the orange one eventually.
Okay, so which one did you prefer?
I actually originally I had kind of wished that they had done a mix, because I thought I don't.
You could mix and match these pieces.
But if you mix and match them, I don't think you got the same.
I think you did.
At least that's what I thought at the time.
Sure you did. I could look at this like the assembly secondary one. Secondary. Why can't I say that right? Secondary. I should have used like the black and orange like torso and pants atop the other stuff from the other kit, and that would have looked pretty awesome, I think. I just didn't like the overuse of blue in that kit.
Yeah, if anything, I think the engineer could have wait, what does the original one look like?
It's up there in chat a little bit
hang
further.
on a second. I think it actually could have used some cleaning up of that. If they would have just made it more orange instead of the black.
No, I like the black, because black is also one of my favorite colors.
Oh.
I know it's not a color. People who are out there saying that, but it's a color.
It's a non-color. It's a color non-color. But I don't know.
Let's face it, when you're talking about like a shade of viewing
dark black,
light that someone can see, black and white are colors.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like the overall design better. I think Paradox though was my second favorite faction, just because of
Paradox.
You know why?
I didn't like the Paradox because they are so emo. No, but I liked how they looked.
You know why Paradox is my favorite? Because what you could do is you could take the well, it wasn't the space how do you say Marauder?
Marauder.
I think.
What was the other one? It was the
Well, there's two other ones.
Well, I think it was a sorcerer.
Yeah, sorcerer. You could take a sorcerer. I don't know if you could do this with any other character, but you could go to Avant Gardens, and you could do this anywhere else. But I would always go to Avant Gardens for this and the sorcerer character, where you would go and you could just run around all these stromlings. Okay, get them to just run around you. Get a huge group of them. What you do is you would double jump into the air and attack. And then with this sorcerer, is the only character you could do this with. You could go down and you could create this shockwave thing, and you could smash all of the stromlings. They were just chasing you. You can gather up a huge group and then just take them all out. It was really satisfying.
You know who is always jerks though, or the Sentinels?
Yeah, the Sentinel. I think we can all agree that like Sentinels had this certain pompousness to them. Like the egotistical people like seem to draw at the Sentinels somehow.
I really wish they would have had like PvP in like
Sentinels.
There was going to be a civil war in like if Lego Universe continued. There's going to be a civil war.
Because I would have been like, okay, I would have rolled my sleeves and like, let me show you the true power of the summoner. Yeah, you go ahead and cower behind your little shield block there. Let me just run around behind you and just The Sentinels, man.
The
I feel like it was
Sentinels had
cheating
good
almost,
stuff
you know?
too. That's
Like for a
Like-
group that was built all around how macho and attack oriented or whatever they were, they relied so much on defense. At least most of the people who played it.
Mhm.
I usually only saw knights in the Sentinel.
Yeah, I don't even remember what was the other.
I think samurai was the other one.
You know, actually, okay, Samurai was my third favorite one, just because
Samurais were okay.
no one played
Is the
samurai.
knights, come to think of it, the knights were usually like the really pompous guys.
The
Yeah.
Knights were like the trolls of like a universe almost, you know. Like everyone would get
We're offending like all the people who played knight. They're listening to this
Knights.
now.
You
I mean, the Sentinels had some cool stuff when
What
I
was-
went through them, but
Yeah.
just the faction itself, like,
the
it
Knights,
was
I
such like toxic part of the community.
I will admit they had really cool stuff though. Like what was it? Also with the Knights, you could activate the power where you'd be transparent or you'd rush through somebody. That was what. By the way, I actually do not like I didn't like the color of the samurai really. I liked everything that they had though. What was the variant?
I like the samurai's color.
What was a variant of the samurai when all the variants came out?
Let me see if I can find the variant here.
What's it like?
Also, I think that the knight, the first
I don't like the variant as much, honestly.
the first League of Knight was probably the worst looking newbie character. What is it? The horrible helmet. I'm just ragging on the knights. I just did not like them.
I also
There's
don't like
the
the
samurai
design of
variant.
the third stage knight. Like the second stage
I like
knight
him.
looks
I don't
cool.
like
the
the
third
problem
one does
with it is the helmet.
to me.
That's my
like.
You know, in general, I actually really like the second stage costumes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
second stage
or
costumes
kit.
are actually the best. But here, you want to talk about worlds real quick though? The Ninjago world was my
I don't think we have time, actually.
not
We're
wait,
going
Forbidden Valley. That was my favorite.
Forbidden Valley. Oh, I really did like Forbidden, because Forbidden Valley before Crux Prime came out, especially was where
Yeah,
you
it
was
so
definitely-
powerful.
After Crux
That's
Prime came out, that was
I love Crux Prime. I think Crux Prime is my favorite.
well atmospherically though. I think because you had the great tree.
I love the dark edginess that Lego got in trouble for on Crux Prime.
Wait, what dark edginess?
There's a lot. The developers are.
Oh,
if I
wait,
recall this correctly, they
the
basically
Maelstrom portal, the eye of the Maelstrom, that thing, that was cool.
It,
You can gaze into it.
apparently, there was some people telling him, I forget if it's in Lego or out or both, telling him that they went too far with Crux Prime and how
Oh,
dark
grow a
it was.
spine. I bet it was the Knights. Look at yeah, those the Knights.
Man, there still is so much to talk about, though. Honestly, I thought we'd get a little bit more into it here, but there's so much Lego Universe stuff.
Yeah, we
We could have a whole episode just talking about kits. We haven't even finished talking about
We
those.
could just talk about the music too. We could just
Oh
go
my
over
gosh.
each individual track.
And the mini games, we've already talked. I haven't told any of my property stories.
need to do this another time. Like, literally,
I
this
feel
is
like
so
we're
much
gonna have
fun.
to, even if no one listens to this, because I want to talk about this more.
Yeah, this is a lot of
I
fun.
went to one short property story. I had made
Okay,
this.
we'll end on
I
that.
made this maze in Forbidden Valley, and I had gone to Nimbus Station. I was like, guys, can you come check out my maze? And I don't know why. People just love to go just check stuff out. Did anyone notice this? Like, you ask someone to do something like a universe, and they probably would do it. It's probably because they were all just
Yeah,
gullible kids.
like-
No, well, I would do it because if someone said you want to check out, it's probably meant one, there's probably going to be people there no matter what, and that's always a good
Yeah.
time. And two, there might actually be something cool there.
With
Because
me,
there
there was
often
definitely
was.
not anything cool. It was this lame maze I made, and I had programmed all these pieces of the walls to do specific things. And when I got there, I was like, all right, let's go in. Everyone went in, and then everyone just got stuck in there because none of the walls would move the way I wanted them to.
Oh,
and it was
boy.
incredibly embarrassing. Eventually, I just ran out and I just left.
Remember how annoying it was to wait for your approval period?
Yeah, same problem with the message boards too.
And at certain points in the game, like your coding would mess up during that period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, but- yeah, we do have to do another episode of this. I'm not sure when we'll do it. It took us longer than I would have liked to do this, but with the three of us, we should be able to find some other times to do
Oh,
this.
wait. One just quick. It'll take like 30 seconds. At the end, remember when the Mythons were leveling everyone up, or everyone just leveled up instantly?
I wasn't there
Yeah.
for that, but I heard of it.
Okay, well, Sorry, Chris, I'm gonna rag on you some more. But when he hadn't gotten all the way up, I think it was 39, 38 or whatever, and I was how far did it go? 42?
I think 40.
41.
I think it was just
I don't
40
remember.
even,
But I
could
had
be-
already leveled up all the way. So so we're there and like Chris is getting all excited, like they're gonna level everyone up, and then everyone, like literally everyone in the square we were at just levels up. We see all these beams going to the sky, and I'm just kind of just standing there, nothing's happening. And I kind of wish that I hadn't leveled up at the time because I didn't get to like participate in this event.
It was 45, by the way.
45. Okay.
40.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I'll just I'll act tough. I'm like, yeah, I'm already at this level here. I already got it all the way.
Noobs.
I spent too much time on that game. I should have been doing something else, like reading books.
Let's face it, you had nothing better to do.
I actually did not have
Did you say
anything
you read
better.
so many books that you got sick of them?
Yeah, I read over 1,000 books, I think. Yeah. Does it sound like I'm
Oh,
bragging?
right.
I think I'm... Yeah,
You
I was
are.
already at level 45. I read over 1,000 books. I'm antisocial and I'm a genius.
You should have been Paradox.
My favorite TV show is Sherlock because I can relate to the main character so well.
All right.
Well,
That's going to have to do it
This
for
is my
this
favorite
episode.
podcast
Man,
that I've been on.
we got to do this again.
absolutely.
Seriously, we could do this with more specific topics
Yeah.
and probably go on forever just about those topics.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, legitimately, I was not kidding. We could do as much about LEGO Universe as we could that we did with Bionicle.
Oh, yeah.
Or more, honestly.
Yeah, like,
Because LEGO Universe was so much more social.
It's a lot more immersive, too, because it was an actual
With
game,
LEGO
not just individual
Universe,
sets.
you made your story. It wasn't
Yeah.
laid out for you like Bionicle. So, in that sense, we could make more so we could have more to talk
I
about.
could
Probably find
spend
some
the
of my
entire-
old fan fictions, and we could read them.
Yeah, you should find that. We could even do the podcast games based off LEGO Universe.
We should. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that'd be fun. Everyone else would lose, so we three would get some points.
But we are seriously going overtime, so that's going to have to do it for us today. If you're listening to this, you're probably a LEGO Universe fan. And if you're a LEGO fan in general too, be sure to check out the rest of the BCC podcast, which is uploaded weekly. And be sure to show your interest if you are just looking for LEGO Universe content on this channel now. We will do more LEGO Universe content if people want more LEGO Universe content. I mean, we all want to do that if there's an audience for it, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, at least us three. The other people,
just
they
us three.
were
Free to
lame. Free to plays. And
I bet they were all nice.
Yeah, Leo, I think, did free to play, so we could have him talk about his adventures in mediocrity at some point.
his free level 2 kit that he had to rent out.
So, and I mentioned this earlier, but we are launching a Patreon on the 1st of next month. That is November.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying September because that's a weird thing with me where I get those 2 months mixed up. But it is launching on the 1st of November, and there will be some perks for people who join, and it's also going to help us launch a ton more content on the channel that we're really looking forward to doing. So be sure to check that out when it comes out. And if you have suggestions, go over to our Discord server, go to the Patreon channel, and leave your suggestions there. So, once again, for Malurus, Orion, and myself, LQ, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye again. It was drama.